Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the art and science of traditional media strategy. Now, I know what you might be thinking. In a digital-first world, is this still relevant? Absolutely. Because the core principles of how you capture attention and deliver a powerful message, those are timeless. So we're going to explore the strategic thinking that has built massive brands for decades, and you'll see how it still shapes every single successful campaign today. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with this one simple question. Every single brand, every campaign, every little piece of content is trying to solve this puzzle. We're all swimming in this massive ocean of information, right? So the number one job of any communication strategist is to figure out how to create a signal that just slices right through all that static and actually connects with someone.
You know, there's actually a technical term for this problem. It's called information overload. Think of it like a circuit breaker in your brain. When it gets hit with too much data, it just trips, shuts down. A really skilled media planner, their whole goal is to find a way around that circuit breaker, to bypass that system error and deliver a message that doesn't just get heard, but actually sticks.
So how on earth do you do that? Well, the answer is media planning. And let's be really clear here. This isn't just about buying up some ad space. Not at all. It's a true strategic art form. It's designed to navigate all that noise and connect a message with exactly the right audience at exactly the right moment. At its heart, media planning is this constant balancing act between two really important goals. On one side, you've got effectiveness. That means making sure the right message gets to the right person to make something happen. But on the other side, you've got efficiency, which is all about doing that at the lowest possible cost. The real magic, the art of it all, is finding that perfect sweet spot right in the middle between maximum impact and smart investment. I absolutely love this metaphor. Just picture it. All your marketing efforts, your ads, your PR, your social media, they're all different instruments in an orchestra. Without a conductor, what do you get? Just a bunch of noise, right? A total mess. The media plan, that is the conductor. It makes sure every single instrument plays in perfect harmony to create one powerful, unforgettable melody. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the tangible world of print. Then we'll look at the incredible reach of broadcast media. After that, we'll shine a light on the unsung heroes of support media. And we'll wrap it all up with a quick recap of the key concepts you absolutely need in your toolkit. First up, print media. In a world of endless scrolling and fleeting digital content, what makes a newspaper or a magazine so different? Well, they demand your active participation. You can't just passively scroll past a magazine. You have to physically hold it, you have to read it, you have to focus. And that intentional engagement, that's its secret weapon. Now, even though they're both print, newspapers and magazines serve totally different strategic goals. On one hand, you have the super fast-paced world of newspapers built for what's happening right now. And on the other, you have the beautiful, long-lasting appeal of magazines. So let's break down the trade-offs. Newspapers are all about speed. A story that breaks today can be on the front page tomorrow. This makes them fantastic for time-sensitive ads, especially on a local level. But that speed comes with a big catch, a 24-hour lifespan. The next day, it's old news. So the message is powerful, but it's gone in a flash. Magazines are basically the exact opposite. Yeah, their production cycle is way slower, but their value is in their permanence. They hang around on coffee tables for months, they look great, and people really trust them. If you want to reach a super specific niche audience, say people who collect vintage watches, a dedicated magazine gives you focus and credibility that you just can't get anywhere else. Okay, let's switch gears to broadcast media. We're talking radio and television. The rise to power was an absolute game changer for one simple reason. They totally eliminated the literacy barrier. Suddenly, you could get a message to almost everyone instantly, just by pushing a button. This completely changed everything. And here we go again with another classic strategic choice. Do you go with the intimate theater of the mind that radio provides, or do you go for the huge, multi-sensory powerhouse that is television? Each one gives you a completely different way to connect with an audience, and each has its own set of pros and cons. You know, radio is a cornerstone for efficient advertising. It's super cost-effective, and it fits perfectly into people's lives when they're on the move, like driving or working. The trade-off, of course, is a big one. No visuals at all. It relies 100% on sound, which means it's up to the listener's imagination to paint the picture you're describing. Television, on the other hand, is a complete show of force. It grabs your attention with sound, motion, and color. engaging multiple senses for the biggest possible emotional impact. But all that power comes with a hefty price tag, not just in the sky-high costs, but also in the constant fight to stand out in a sea of other ads. All right, now don't let the name support media fool you. These channels are not second-class citizens. They are strategic amplifiers. Seriously, if a big TV campaign is the main course of your meal, think of support media as that perfect side dish that just completes the whole thing and makes it way more memorable. So let's look at 3 quick examples. First, cinema advertising. It's a marketer's dream, right? You've got a huge screen, amazing sound, and a totally captive audience with 0 distractions. Then there's out-of-home media, like billboards or ads on buses. They work through repetition and location, grabbing a mobile audience on their daily commute. And finally, direct mail, the original personalized marketing. It uses data to deliver a tangible one-to-one message right into your audience's hands. Okay, buckle up because we're heading into a lightning round of the most critical terms in media planning. This is where we put some official names to these ideas and add them to your strategic toolkit. Let's go. First up, convergence. This is the perfect answer for anyone who tells you that traditional media is dead. It hasn't died, it has evolved. Newspapers run massive digital websites, and TV networks absolutely dominate on platforms like YouTube. The old and the new aren't separate anymore. They're all part of one big integrated ecosystem. Next up, geographic selectivity. Think of this as the discipline of pinpoint accuracy. This strategy, sometimes called narrowcasting, is all about eliminating waste. I mean, if all your customers live in one city, why would you spend your budget on a national campaign? This lets you focus your money and your message where it's going to have the biggest impact. And wow, this really shows you what we're talking about. The difference in cost between a huge national campaign and a targeted local one is just massive. By being selective, you get so much more bang for your buck. It really is that simple. 2 last terms for you. Prime time. That traditionally meant TV's peak viewing hours, right? But today, a smart strategist thinks about personal prime time. When is your specific customer most likely to be engaged? And transit media. Those are the ads you see on the move. They work because of the incredible power of daily repetition to build that brand recognition. You know, this really brings us to the most important takeaway of all. Being a master of this stuff isn't about memorizing a bunch of definitions. It's about developing your strategic judgment. The real skill is to constantly be comparing and contrasting your options. Always ask yourself, for this specific goal, is the speed of a newspaper better than the permanence of a magazine? And most importantly, why? That ability to analyze is what separates the good from the great. So, we'll end with this question to think about. We've just walked through these time-tested, foundational rules of media strategy. But in a world where a single TikTok can literally capture the world's attention overnight, how do these principles still guide us? How do we use this knowledge as our compass to navigate the wild, chaotic, but incredibly exciting digital ocean? That, right there, is the strategic challenge for every single one of us.